How to train your brain to remember new English words. Have you ever learned a new English word, felt sure you would remember it, and then forgotten it a few days later? This is a common problem for language learners. But forgetting does not mean you have a bad memory. Your brain simply needs the right kind of practice. The good news is that memory can be trained. If you use effective techniques regularly, you can become much better at remembering English vocabulary. 1. Learn words in context. One of the best ways to remember vocabulary is to learn words inside sentences instead of memorizing long lists. For example, don't only learn. Improve equals become better. Learn. I want to improve my English. Then create your own sentences. I practice every day to improve my speaking. When a word is connected to a meaningful sentence, your brain has more information to remember. 2. Create mental images. Your brain remembers pictures very well. When you learn a new word, create a picture in your mind. For example, if you learn the word hungry, imagine yourself sitting in a restaurant with an empty plate, waiting for food. If you learn rainy, imagine yourself walking through a street with a huge umbrella while heavy rain is falling. The more unusual or funny the image is, the easier it may be to remember. 3. Use spaced repetition. Don't learn a word once and expect to remember it forever. Review new vocabulary several times over a period of days and weeks. For example, review a new word the same day, the next day, 3 days later, 1 week later, 2 weeks later. This technique is called spaced repetition. It helps move information from short-term memory into long-term memory. 4. Test yourself. Reading a vocabulary list again and again can make you feel familiar with the words. But familiarity is not the same as remembering. Close your notebook and test yourself. Look at the meaning and try to remember the English word. Then look at the English word and explain its meaning. Try to create a sentence without looking at your notes. This is called active recall, and it is one of the most useful ways to strengthen memory. 5. Speak and write. Don't only look at new words. Use them. If you learn the word confident, say, I want to become more confident when I speak English. Then write another sentence using the same word. Speaking and writing force your brain to actively use the vocabulary instead of simply recognizing it. 6. Connect words to your life. Personal connections make information easier to remember. If you learn the word generous, think about a generous person you know. If you learn excited, remember a time when you were extremely excited. When vocabulary becomes connected to your own experiences, it becomes more meaningful. 7. Study a little every day. You don't need to study 100 words every day. Learning 5 or 10 useful words and actually remembering them is better than learning 50 words and forgetting most of them. Try studying English for 20 or 30 minutes every day. Consistency is more important than studying for many hours once a week. 8. Sleep and exercise. Your brain needs rest to organize memories. Getting enough sleep can help your brain process what you learned during the day. Regular physical activity can also support concentration and mental performance. You can even combine exercise with English by listening to an English podcast while walking. Final thoughts. You don't need a perfect memory to learn English. You need an effective system and regular practice. Learn vocabulary in context. Create mental images. Connect words to your life. Use spaced repetition and active recall. Speak and write new words and review them regularly. Most importantly, don't worry when you forget something. Forgetting is a normal part of learning. Every time you forget a word and then successfully remember it again, you give your brain another chance to strengthen that memory. Start with just 5 new English words today. Use them, review them, and practice them tomorrow. Little by little, your vocabulary will grow, your memory will become stronger, and speaking English will become easier.
But that's alright. Hush. you.